So students, we are continuing with the same chapter, number systems. That is the first chapter of CBSE Standard 9 Maths. Okay. Now in this video we will see a little bit about what are operations on real numbers. So the topic what I'll explain to you is operations on real numbers. I'll write down over here. Operations on real numbers. Okay. Operations on real numbers. So under this, first we'll see there are about 5 to 6 important points which have to be taken into consideration when we solve problems related to operations on real numbers. So let's see what are those points. Now first is 1. First is the sum or difference of a rational number with an irrational number will be irrational. I'll write it down and I'll explain to you more about it. The sum or difference between a rational and irrational number is irrational. So what does this mean? The sum or difference between a rational and an irrational number is irrational. It means that if you add one rational number with another irrational number, the answer what you get will be an irrational number. Similarly, if you subtract one irrational number from a rational number, the answer what you get will be an irrational number. Okay. So in both the cases, sum or difference between a rational and an irrational number is irrational. This is the first point. Second is the product or quotient. The product or quotient between of a rational number, the product or quotient of a rational number with a irrational number, is irrational. So second is the product or quotient of a rational number with an irrational number is irrational. Here also product is the multiplication. So if you multiply one rational number with an irrational number, the answer what you get will be an irrational number again. It will be an irrational number. Similarly, the quotient is what? Quotient is the answer of what we get of when we divide two numbers. So if you divide a rational number with an irrational number, divided by an irrational number, the answer what you get again will be an irrational number. So first 2 points or properties are these two. Okay. Then I'll rub this out. We'll go to the next third point. What is that? Third point is the sum, difference, product, or quotient between two irrational numbers. Between two irrational numbers is rational or irrational. So what is the third point? The third point is that the sum or difference or product or quotient between two irrational numbers, the answer what you get will be, it can be either a rational number or it can also be a irrational number, depends upon the sum. So here if you add or subtract or multiply or divide two irrational numbers, the answer can be a rational number or it can also be an irrational number. This is the third point. Then I'll rub this out, we'll go to the fourth point. Now fourth point is, if A comma B into bracket greater or is equal to 0. No, greater to 0. Real numbers are real numbers. are real numbers. Are real numbers. N is a positive integer. N is a positive integer. Then n is a positive integer and b raised to n. B raised to n is equal to a. Okay. So if a, b greater to 0 are real numbers. So a and b are real numbers. Okay. Here in this case, a and b are real numbers and they are greater than 0. So a is also greater than 0 and b is also. So they are positive real numbers. Okay. Positive numbers are real numbers and n is a positive integer. So this n is also greater than 0. It is a positive integer, not a negative. Then b raised to n, and they have given b raised to n. So this b is raised to this n, and that is equal to a. Then root of a root is equal to b. Just not write properly. Then n root, sorry, not a. This is n root, you say b raised to n. N root a. N root a is equal to b. So here, what is being explained? Here the fourth one is, if a, b greater to 0 are real numbers. So we know that a and b are greater than 0. It can be 1 and 2, 3, 4, whatever. And n is a positive integer. So n is also a positive integer, that is also greater than 0. It's a positive integer. Then b raised to n is equal to a, and b raised to n is equal, if b is raised to n is equal to a, then the root of this a, the n root of a is equal to b. Why? With a number I'll explain this to you. Now we'll take b to be 4. Okay. So example, b, the value of b is 4, and n will take, the value of n is equal to 2. Okay. So b is 4, n is 2. So 4 raised to 2 is equal to a. Okay, as per this formula, b raised to n is equal to a. Then nth root of a is equal to b. So here 4 raised to 2 is equal to a. So 4 raised to 2 will be how much? 4 into 4. That is 16. Okay. So 16, 4 raised to 2, 16 is equal to a. So we have got the value of a is equal to 16. Now we'll apply this. The nth root of a is equal to b. So nth root of a, the nth root of a will be 16. A is 16, and the nth root of, now here the value of n we have taken as 2. So nth root of a is equal to b. So the square root of 16 is equal to b. So what will be the square root? It will be 4. That is 4. The nth root of square root of 16 is 4. So 4 is equal to b. So here we have taken b is equal to 4. So in numericals I am explaining to you just this property. You got it? We'll go to the next fifth one. I'll rub this out. So in fifth, we have if A and B are positive real numbers, then, so here what is they have given? If A and B are positive real numbers, okay. So we know that A and B are positive and they are real numbers, so they are greater than 0 here also in this case. So if A and B are two positive real numbers, means they are greater than 0, then root AB is equal to root A root B, because this is multiplication. Here also A and B, AB is A into B and it is root. So A also is inside the root and B is also root. So here we can write this as root A root B. So this is also multiplication, root A root B. Then we have division. Then this is one A and B is again root A upon root B is equal to root A upon root B is equal to root A upon B, or you can write root A upon B is equal to root A upon root B, because again this entire AB is inside the root, so it can be A upon B, root of A upon B will be root of A upon root of B. These are the two properties. Okay. Then we'll do rationalization also.